Hey guys, Aramis555 here. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. As you know, it's been Christmas seasons, Christmas holidays, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I just haven't had time. I have also been working on getting my Magician Pendulum deck finished. I am missing some cards. I still don't have the Fusion Dude, because he's like 30 bucks or something, 25 bucks. And I don't spend that much on cardboard. So, anyways, yeah, without further ado, I'll get on to the deck profile. Let's get this up to 30 likes. Yeah, 30 should be fine. And I will have actually a DINOMIST KARAKURI deck profile for you guys. It's something fun I've been working on. I know the cards aren't out yet, but I'm going to the sneak peek with Brendan this Saturday, and since the only holo in the deck is DINOMIST Rex and he's a super, I should be able to pick up the entire archetype very, very easily, much like I did with DDDs. So anyways, guys, let's get on with the deck profile. I did just about chop off my pinky yesterday when I was making dinner, so it's really, really sore. I like stuck a knife right in the tip of my finger. Yeah, so if I'm kind of fumbling with the cards, that's why my hand's not working properly. So we got 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. This is a budget build, by the way. I'm not playing like expensive stuff. This is very budget. If you want to build this deck, go ahead and net deck. It's competitive as well, and yeah, it's been testing pretty good. So I really like it. When I'm playing on Dev Pro as well, I only ever play cards that I actually own, because I find it's kind of redundant to test stuff that you either can't afford or have no way of actually obtaining. So anyways, yeah, I am looking for one more Alti Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, because Altis are now going to be a thing of the past, so I figured it'd be cool to pick up Altis. They're pretty expensive though. I mean, they're like 14 bucks each, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, you do need 3 of this in this version of the build. Basically, he's like your boss monster. Some cool OTKs you can do with this guy, just because he does the double effect damage, or double battle damage, sorry. So he just pretty much, he can end things for you. He's also level 7, so you do rank 7 plays with him. Triple Wisdomized Magician, or Insight Magician, as everybody's, oh, there's another card here, as everybody's still calling him. Yeah, I like Insight Magician. That's a cooler name. Yeah, this card's probably gonna get limited. If anything's gonna get limited in this deck, it's this card. Because it's not once per turn. That's kind of the like weird thing they did about this. So if you like open up with 2 of this, you just like play them in both pendulum scales, and then you're gonna like grab yourself an oaf and a pit, and you basically just win. I'm only playing 2 oaf magicians. I found them kind of cloggy, and I'm excuse me, also playing unicorn. So I feel like you don't need a bunch of 6s. It kind of just bricks your hand if you don't open consistent. I mean, this deck's super consistent, but I just feel like 2's fine, because like generally you're just going to get like the 1 in the pendulum zone, or sorry, in your extra deck, and then the other 1 in the pendulum zone, and that you'll be using that 1 for recurrence, and then the other 1 for floating from the graveyard. So I don't know, I just feel like you don't need 2. I am playing, or sorry, 3. I am playing 3 Dragon Pits. This is probably the best scale on the deck. Essentially what this does is just you discard a pendulum monster, and you can target a spell trap card on the field and destroy it. This includes anywhere in the field, so you can pop your own pendulum zone and then play another scale. Sorry, guys. And then I'm playing the 1 Dragon Pulse Magician. He's also really relevant because he's an Earth. Keep that in mind. So I can make Naturia Beast with him and Glow Up Bulb. But mainly he's just there because he does pop face-up monsters, so that does come in handy from time to time. He's also scale 1, so that's basically the 3rd other target other than Oaf Dragon that I can use. The other low scale I can also play is, I'm playing the 1 Janky Magician. I like this guy because he's level 7, so that's obviously relevant. I do not have the Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, I think is the one. I don't have that card because it's pretty expensive too right now, but it's even better if you are playing that in your extra deck. But this card's just also really good because it basically stops the effect of light monsters, so you can use it on like Satella Knights and you know, whatever else light decks you're playing against. Yeah, and once again, he also is scale 3, so he has a lower scale between 3 and 8 that you can use for pendulum plays, because everything in this deck other than Noble Dragon Magician is level 4 or higher. So Noble Dragon Magician, I think, is just a one-of. I think if you're not playing Glow Up Bulb, 2 is fine. I just found that like you can recur this card so easily, and you can search it out so easily, that like I found that opening like 2 of them was brick really bad. So I feel like 1's just pretty much the perfect number. Basically what this does is that you will have Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon on the board, and from the graveyard or from your hand you can special this card, and then you lower that Odd Eyes monster down to level 4. So that's really, really good. So basically what it's going to do is, like, you're going to be using this in the graveyard like 95% of the time. Sorry guys, one sec. Sorry about that, I just had to clear my throat. Yeah, so you're basically only going to be using it from the graveyard. You usually do use it from your hand as well, but this is like discard fodder for Pit or for Pendulum Call most of the time, so it's pretty much always going to be activated from the graveyard. So that's it for the Magicians. So next up we're playing triple Performapal Skull Crobat Joker. He's basically your searcher. He searches out any, excuse me, Performapal, Magician, Pendulum Monster, or Odd Eyes monster from your deck. Since I'm not playing Performapals, he's basically just going to be searching you out Magicians or Odd Eyes monsters. He's also scale 8, so that's important to keep in mind because you can use him in that sense. I am playing just 2 Magispector Unicorn Kirin. Also important to remember he's a scale 2, so that actually comes to relevance most of the time as well. Very rarely do you ever use him as a pendulum scale. He's basically just there to like pop with your field spell or just bring him out, and he bounces basically back Skull Crobat Joker. And together, these cards are pretty broken because you basically are bouncing this card back to your hand, you're bouncing a monster on your opponent's side of the field, and then you can normal summon this again next turn and get another plus. So it's pretty broken. I tried 3 Kirin, I thought it was cloggy, so I think 2 is just like that perfect number. So onto the Clown Engine. I am playing the 3 broken Plush Fire. So this card just got banned in the OCG, which is pretty crazy, but I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. If this card goes to the Pendulum Zone, if this card is destroyed in any way by battle or card effect, it doesn't matter how it's destroyed, and it goes to the Pendulum Zone, it will actually special summon any Perform Mage monster from the deck. So generally you're going to be special summoning Damage Juggler. But what's so crazy about, or you can special Trick Clown as well, but I usually always grab like a Damage Juggler because you can banish the Damage Juggler if they kill that, and then add another Plush Fire, which is kind of broken. So basically, like, the reason I like this engine is it's a rank 4 engine. It's also light, so it helps out some of my extra deck plays. And then Damage Juggler, of course, is awesome against the mirror match. And the one thing I don't like about the whole pendulum summoning mechanic, and Jeff Jones has been saying this too, and I actually agree with him, is that it auto loses to like 2 cards. Like, you literally auto lose to 2 cards. This card does not stop one of those cards, but at least the Clown Engine gives me ways to play around one of those cards, and those 2 cards being Wavering Eyes and that stupid spell trap, what's it called? Anti-Spell Fragrance. That card's dumb. Like, it basically says you're not allowed to play Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're playing Pendulums. I can see that card getting banned in the near future, maybe even limited, but it's kind of stupid. Wavering Eyes is one of those cards where, like, it's so broken in Pendulum decks you have to play yourself. But I also feel like it's so degenerate to the game that it needs to be hit at some point too. But up until that point, I feel like this is the best engine to play in this deck, just for the fact that, like, this card stops Wavering Eyes, which is really important. If you get Wavering Eyes when your opponent has, like, other scales on the board as well, they automatically just win the game because they're searching, like, another Wavering Eyes, they get to banish a card, and they're popping your scale. So, excuse me, it ends up just being like a huge minus for you, which is obviously not good. Yeah, and I mean, like, this card's good too because it, like, stops you from being OTK'd, which I think is really important. Plush Fire is also nice because it combos well with the field spell. You could put this in the Pendulum Zone, use your field spell to pop it, and then get a free, basically a +1, which is really strong. So, okay, so to round off the Clown Engine, like I said, the 1 Trick Clown. I've seen a lot of people cutting this out, but I feel like it's way too good. Especially for the fact that, like, you can't combo this with, where the heck is, yeah, I just bent my finger. Trapeze Magician. This can special back Trapeze Magician if you have it as a material, and then this will special you something else. So it's like this big kind of loop thing, which is pretty crazy. It kind of just never ends, which is kind of stupid, but yeah. And then the 1 Hat Tricker. I actually didn't like this card at first, but the more I tested, I realized, like, you kind of need it. It sucks to draw, but, like, searching it's really good. It also combos really well with Glow Up Ball because, once again, you can make Naturia Beast, which poops on the Pendulum match up. And also, it's just good for, you know, getting that extra monster on the board if you need to do, like, a rank 4 play to, like, Castell to bounce that stupid anti-spell fragrance that's on the board that's giving you a hard time. So, yeah, I think this is, like, the complete Clown Engine. It's 8 cards. I mean, it might take up a lot of spots in your deck, and you're not allowed to play. You basically can't play traps or anything. But, like, I look at these cards as my trap cards, and it's just, like, more consistency for the rank 4 or Synchro engine, so I really like it. And the one glow bulb is awesome in here. I kind of realized it, I would say earlier than some people did, and I tried playing the stupid, what's that version that Patrick Hoban's playing? Not Ragigura, Palomiro, that Palomiro thing. I don't like it. I like this because like it's really going to be the only normal summons you ever do in this deck basically is Glow Up Bulb and your what's that clown thing called Joker. And that's just because like you can make Trishula with this card, which is insane. You can make Treebeast with this card, which is insane. This plus any of your level 6s is any of your level 7s, which is really good. So, and once again, this is better because I can recur it back from the graveyard once. Plus it's a Foolish Burial target, which I am playing Foolish in here because it's really good and I have lots of great targets. So, and to round up the monsters, I'm playing 2 Maxis. You guys know I love Maxi. I think it's really good right now, and I feel that there's no reason not to be playing it. So that's the whole monster lineup, guys. You can see that was quite the pile there. It was 30 monsters. So onto the spells. Triple Pendulum Call. This card's really good. Obviously, we know that. It's especially good in this build because you can discard. I have lots of really good discard targets. Like I have the Clown Engine. I have the like you can pitch Trick Clown and then it specials back. You can pitch your Damage Juggler and then banish to Search. You can pitch Glow Up Bulb and then still have its recurrence effect from the graveyard. You can pitch your what's it called? The Noble Dragon Magician. So lots of really good things to make this card a lot better and make that discard not as big of a deal. It ends up being like a plus a lot of times when you discard this card. The most broken card in the game right now, Wavering Eyes. I can see this card, like I said, getting banned at some point, though it hasn't been hitting the OCG yet. So generally, like our TCG format is, you know, we're not based on the OCG, but I think a lot of our hits generally eventually do come from that same space. So, yeah, this card's insane. It's stupid. Like any card that generally has like 4 effects like this gets hit. Like look at Sacrifice, like that card got hit. I can see this card maybe going to 1, but I feel like at 1, like it just seems redundant. But I mean, putting it to 1 will at least make it so that 4th effect isn't as well. It won't be relevant at all because you won't have other targets to search. But it at least hurt the consistency of the card a little bit, but still be really good. But I mean, pendulums are such a huge thing right now that this has ended up being like a main deck and a side deck card. Main deck if you're playing pendulums, and side deck if you're playing anything else. So I'm playing 2 Sky Iris. Oh yeah, I should mention as well with Wavering Eyes that the Clown Engine's insane in here too because you can Wavering Eyes your Plush Fire and then he gets his effect too, which is just stupid. 2 Sky Iris and 1 Terraforming. I tried 3 Sky Iris. It was super cloggy. I didn't like it, so I decided just to do 2 Sky Iris, 1 Terraforming. If you do end up drawing these and drawing this later, you can always like discard it with Pendulum Call or whatever, so it's not a big deal. But this just adds consistency, and Sky Iris is just a really good card in general. I mean, it searches out your Odd Eyes, it gets your pluses going, it sets off your Plush Fire effects, and obviously it protects your Pendulum Zones from cards such as MST or the soon-to-be-played, probably in 2s or 3s, Twin Twister or Twin Cyclone or whatever the heck they're calling it. I don't know what they're calling it. And then the 1 Foolish Burial for my last card. I'm playing no traps in here. I was playing Solemn Scolding and Solemn Warning, but I didn't like the life point payment, and I also just found that it kept getting like popped. Like they would just MST it or whatever. So I didn't really like that. This is super good in here. Like I wasn't playing this before, but then I realized with like Glow Up Bulb, you can just Foolish Glow Up Bulb, like Pendulum 2 level 4s, Trish. You can Foolish Burial your Damage Jugglers, banish it, search out whatever clown you need. You can Foolish Burial your Noble Dragon Magician, and then make a level 7 with your Odd Eyes in the field. So super, super relevant, and just speeds up the deck. It's basically a similar search card. It's like a Rhoda for the deck. So that's the main deck, guys. 40 cards. So for the extra deck, we have 2 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragons. This card is really good. It's basically Utopia, a big version of Utopia, and if they get over it, it does, of course, especially you out your Fusion Guy, which is really, really, really good. The only thing with this card that I have a problem with is that I feel like whenever you summon it, it always just gets like Castelled. So don't bring this out unless you know that it's going to be like safe, because otherwise you might as well just keep your 2 level 7s on the board. That's the one thing I'm going to say about it, is I see a lot of people make this card too soon and then they end up losing to Castell. And that's one thing also I saw Jeff Jones say about this deck that I agree with is This is why I love DDDs. I actually prefer playing DDDs over this deck, is that this deck doesn't have any defense, really. So you're always kind of, other than like Naturia Beasts and stuff, but you're always kind of on the defensive, which I don't like. Like, you basically make this big board, but then it's like you pass to your opponent, and then they can make a board better than your board and beat you. So I don't like that at all. That's the one thing I hate about this deck. So you really have to play it conservatively and play it smart. Otherwise, you definitely will lose. I am playing Dracosac because there is that Dracosac Trishula combo. Because Noble Dragon Magician is a level 3 and the Dracosac tokens are level 3 as well, I can make Trish off of that play. You guys might remember that play I did with my Karakuri Girgia as well, so it is relevant. And Dracosac's still like a really good card. If you're playing level 7s and you can make rank 7s, play Dracosac. The one big eye, he's probably my favorite rank 7 in the deck. I summon this guy so much, like he's so good. The only rank 6 I'm playing is Utopia Beyond. I don't own that crazy Naruto card. It's like $40 or something now. But I feel like you don't need it because, like, yeah, it's a defensive card, but like this isn't a defensive deck. If you're playing this deck like controlling and defensively, you're gonna lose. Like, it's basically like an OTK combo deck. So it's definitely not the kind of deck that you want to play if you're a control player. This card's just super good because basically it gets around like Dark Destroyer and Leo and cards like that. Basically OTK. If you summon this thing out and you have a Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon on the board, you drop them down to 0, you attack with the Odd Eyes over their monster, they take 5k, and then you swing direct with this for 3. So that's 8,000, so that's pretty freaking nasty. So for rank 4s, I'm playing the One Trapeze Magician. This card's broken. I don't know why they let it so you can double attack when you're monsters and then attack with this in the same turn. Like, that was pretty stupid. I just feel like they were thinking when they did that. Dark XYZ Rebellion Dragon. I love this card. It's so good. It looks freaking sexy too. Basically, I'll use this as like my other out, and that's another really good combo piece with with Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, because then you can like half their monster, give this guy attack, and then attack their half monster with I keep calling Utopia, with Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, and then you can swing for this with even more damage, and you can like do OTKs with this card. This is also an out to stuff like Leo. It's really good if you're playing against any decks that have big monsters you're having a hard time getting over, and then they have like another monster. So I just love this card. I actually summon it probably more than any other rank 4, which is pretty crazy. The one Castel, and I'm playing a Dweller because you do need this against the Cosmo matchup. Basically what you want to do is like get this out, activate its effect, and then make like a bigger monster or a bigger play to get over their Dark Destroyer, and then run over the Dark Destroyer. They can't get their special effect, their graveyard effect I should say, and then you basically win from there. So that's it for XYZs. Onto the Synchros. I'm playing the one Trishula. You can make it in here stupid easy, and you guys know how much I love Trishula. If you can make Trish, play Trish. This card's dumb. It's basically just an out to Cosmos as well, and it's basically a game winner. Like, if you summon this at the right time, you hit a card in their field, hit a card from their hand, and you hit something from their graveyard that's relevant, you pretty much win the game. Like, at that point, it's so huge. And you basically make it for free in this deck. You just summon a Glow Up Bulb. That's it. That's all you gotta do, because you're always gonna have like a couple level 4 pendulum monsters, and then those pendulum monsters go back to your extra deck, which is just stupid. So I'm playing 2 Meteor Burst Dragon. You could probably just play one of this, to be completely honest. But I would only play one if I had more of the Odd Eyes extra deck monsters. Since I don't, I think 2's fine. Generally, in most games, I only ever summon the 1, but the 2's basically just, the second one's just there, just because it gives me something to special off of the Odd Eyes. I can't remember any of these things' names right now. Absolute Dragon. Just basically because I don't have something else to special, it'll special this, which is still pretty good, because then you special it from the extra deck, it gets its effect and special do something else, so it's pretty decent. I'm playing Michael in here just because you can actually make it pretty easy. Michael essentially is just made with a tuner and then a non-light tuner monster, so I can make this with essentially, let's see here, I can make it with Noble Dragon Magician and any level 4 light, so I can make it with Trick Clown, I can make it with Insight Magician, and I can make it with Damage Juggler, so that's really, really good. Black Rose Dragon, nuke the field, and then like I said, the one Naturia Beast, because it basically wrecks the mirror match. So that's the deck profile, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get this up to 30 likes, and I will have a DINOMIST Karakuri deck profile for you guys. It's really fun. It's actually surprisingly consistent. I'm still tweaking it, so hopefully I'll have the right build ready by then. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked the deck profile, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.